Hey everybody, Kevin Anthony here. Today I'm going to be talking about why people cheat, because if we understand why they cheat, then we can avoid it. Okay, before we get into why people actually cheat, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Doing so greatly helps the channel. I can't continue to make these videos and share this amazing information with you if you don't support the channel by doing things like liking, sharing, subscribing, all that kind of stuff, because it really helps the algorithms. Subscribing to the channel doesn't cost you anything. Liking videos doesn't cost you anything, and sharing them doesn't cost you anything. So please help support the work that I'm doing. Okay. So there are a lot of reasons why people cheat. Let's just start with some of them. Falling out of love. And by the way, this list comes from Psychology Today. I'm going to go through the list, and then I'm going to talk about what I think about these and how they sort of all relate to each other. So, number one, falling out of love. People describe that all the time. They say, oh, well, we just fell out of love, but I didn't want to get divorced or whatever it was. They stay together, but they're not in love, and so they cheat. Number two is for variety. They're bored with whatever their sex life is currently, and they're looking for some variety. Number three, feeling neglected. So they're feeling like their partner isn't giving them enough sex or the sex they want or enough attention. Sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with sex. It's just not getting enough attention. Next, they call this one situational forces, which can mean a lot of different things. Situations arise that maybe drive people to cheat. Like one example would be, well, I didn't mean to cheat, but I had a little bit too much to drink and blah, 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 right? So that's what they consider situational forces. Next one is to boost self-esteem. That one's pretty self-explanatory. The next one is out of anger. So they're angry at their partner for something, and that drives them to do something that they know will hurt their partner. Next is not feeling committed. So they don't feel like they are truly committed, whether they themselves don't feel truly committed to the relationship, or they feel that their partner is not truly committed to the relationship. And then the last one is because of sexual desire. So they just had this desire that they just had to fulfill, right? So those are, according to Psychology Today, 8 reasons why people cheat. But I'm going to take a little bit different spin on this. And what I'm going to say is, if you really look at each one of these, it comes down to one thing. And that is somebody's needs in the relationship aren't being met. Right? So falling out of love. Well, okay, their need for love isn't being met. Their partner's not reciprocating enough. Variety. Maybe their partner only wants to do it in missionary style with the lights off at the stroke of midnight on a full moon, whatever it is, right? And they're not getting the type of variety in sex that they're looking for. Feeling neglected. They're not getting the attention. Maybe they're not getting the sex itself. Situational forces, that one, okay, is maybe an exception to this. Boost self-esteem, all right? So their need for encouragement, reassurance is not being met. Out of anger, okay, well, that's again, they have a need in a relationship that's not being fulfilled, which leads them to be angry about it. Number 7, not feeling committed. So again, a need to have this sense or this feeling of deep commitment in a relationship. And the last one, sexual desire. Again, their sexual desire is obviously not being met in the relationship. Now, you can, of course, have sexual desire for somebody even though you feel really satisfied in your relationship. But if you are really satisfied in your relationship and you feel that sexual desire, you're not going to act on it. Because you're like, why would I do that? My needs are perfectly met here. I'm in an amazing relationship. Why would I risk that, right? It's generally when you're like, well, I have this desire and I'm not getting it met over here, so I guess I get it met over here. So what I really want you to get out of this video, because you can read lists all over the internet of why people cheat, What I really want you to get from this video is that it usually comes down to a need that is not being met in the relationship. So if you can figure out what that need is, you can likely prevent cheating from happening. Now, maybe it's happened already and you're trying to figure out, why did this happen? And if you decide to stay together and work through it, how can we prevent this from happening, right? But understanding what is the need that's there that is not being met, that drove this person to cheat. That is the most important thing. So there you go. You can, of course, go through the list and see if any of those are the underlying needs. Maybe there are some other needs that aren't on this list that you haven't thought about.